Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Nina, and we recently did a plant haul at our local garden stores. So we are getting our patio ready for the upcoming summer season. Today we are planting plants in all of our planters and some of our containers. Now, do you guys remember when we bought this container garden and you guys voted to see what should we plant in here? And of course, everyone said we should start a garden, but we're going to do something different. So here's the planter, and we are going to plant some plants from our haul in here. So sit back with us and watch as I teach the boys how to do container gardening. And so I'm giving them all the steps on how to make this a successful garden. So first we're going to start off with putting a little layer of dirt on the bottom, just so we can get it even in there, spread it around, just to start the base for our plants. Now Dad has arrived with our plant haul, and we're just going to put everything out and see what we kind of like to go in here. Number one thing I knew I wanted to put in here would be the sweet potato vine, and that is the bright green plant there at the bottom of the screen. So for sure, I knew I wanted that to go in there. And the second thing I knew I wanted to go would be the croton. Now, those flowering plants, their dad picked those out because he likes the bright flower look. So here's my croton. Now, I have grown crotons in this area before because it gets a lot of sunlight. So I know it's going to do good over here. So I just bought one big plant, and I am just going to cut it down the middle. You guys, don't worry. Cutting this in half is not going to hurt the plant. The roots are going to restore. I do this all the time, so y'all do not jump on me in these comment sections. But I went ahead and split the plant in half, made it two, because it's actually two plants. And I'm going to just put some more dirt in there. I did grab some organic soil. I got it because it was on sale. I'm really not funny on what type of soil I use. Because, sometimes you're going to put fertilizer and all that jazz in it anyway. So I'm not a person that's funny about which soil I use. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. Now we're adding that sweet potato vine. You're going to put that in the front because it's going to vine downward. And when it's going to cover the front part of this planter. And it's going to look so good. I have had success with sweet potato vine before. They got some asparagus ferns they're adding in. I forgot what the little white flower was. Harley picked that out. He thought it was different. And I said, you know what? Let's get that. It will give it a pop. And there's some fountain grass in there. And then the smaller plants in the front. I can't remember the name, but we call it the polka dot plant. So yeah, we're just putting it in there. We're doing like a dry fit to see where everything would go and how it would look. So once we figure out what exactly we want to use, we're going to go ahead and start planting everything in. That is some red fountain grass there Harley has in his hand. Hunter has his safety glasses on. Y'all, one thing about Hunter, he is going to put all his PPP equipment on. He's going to put on safety mask, his gloves. He was like, ain't nobody got time to get nothing in my eye or anything. So it was fun teaching the boys about gardening today. I was explaining them how you take a plant out, how you plant it in there. You got to be soft and gentle with pulling them out, because sometimes if the roots grow through the pot, you don't want to tear those roots, down. So as we're looking at everything, we was like, yeah, some of this stuff we could probably pull out, and some things we're going to keep. Now, guys, I want y'all to really know that my kids love to learn different things. And, I just really love that for them. So anytime I'm doing something, they're like, Mom, what you doing? Oh, I want to learn how to do that. Can I help you? They genuinely interested. So they love to just come along and help out. And I, teach them as much as I do know, things I've researched. And sometimes they'll give me, little tips on what they learned in school about planting. So I try to take each moment with them to make it a teachable moment and to learn, because you never know what hobby you may unlock in your kid. You just, by letting them help out and showing, just teaching them stuff. I do not proclaim to know everything, especially in gardening. I am a rookie to this, but I'm trying. I just don't too much care for the flower and plants, even though I know how important it is for our ecosystem. But it's just not my thing. But I'm coming around. I'm trying. So we're getting everything put in. And y'all let me know how y'all think this is going to turn out, once it grows in really, really good. Because right now it's going to look a hot mess, when you put it in there. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Okay, now that everything's in, Harley's going to go in and water it really, really good, because we did get these plants a few days and they had just been sitting out. So they needed some water. So this how it's turned out. On to the backyard to do the rest. Now, when we first got these trees, we did a live of trying to plant them and save them, because I bought them, set them outside, forgot all about them. And so now I tried to save them. We did a live and one came back. The other one just really went to where. So I went, purchased another set, and this time I said I am not going to make that same mistake. I'm going to get out here and plant them on time. So I even got different plant pots. So we are going to go ahead and plant these in our new pots. And of course, while we're working, Hawk is outside playing with his bubbles. So guys, excuse the bubbles in the video. They are paid actors. And of course, you start every planting off with putting some soil in your new container and getting it in there. You want to make sure you do a dry fit to see like how high you want it to sit. And, we're getting that new dirt put in there around it. It is a layer at the bottom. And it's very, very important. You always want to make sure you have proper drainage. So there are tons of holes at the bottom of these planters already. So we did not have to do anything additional. And it comes with the saucer also. Now, we could not have left the garden center without getting some type of plants to grow. So Hunter loves peppers, and he decides he wants to grow a hot cayenne pepper. Harley didn't want to grow anything, and he is my picky eater, y'all. So he didn't want to grow any, vegetables. So that's why he just picked out plants for the planters. But Hawk, my little, of course, he just want to say yes to everything and do everything. So he picked out, he wanted to grow the orange pepper. He just like, oh, I want the orange one. So based off the pictures, he grabbed the plant he wanted, and I'm teaching him how to repot your vegetable. And so they're just putting it in there, and I'm not sure if I needed a deeper pot or not, guys. So if I needed to repot this in a different pot, let me know. Tell me how big it should be, because I think right now I got it in like a 3-inch pot. So if I should go bigger, y'all, let me know in the comment section. And so we're getting all the dirt in, packing it in, and I got another lemon tree for Mother's Day. So we're gonna go ahead and repot the lemon tree. Hawk wanted to say, I want to do it. So I'm letting him do it, y'all. Patience with the toddler, but he enjoyed it. So I'm putting this, I want to say this is like a 8-inch pot, maybe 7 3/4, I believe. So I'm going ahead and planting my lemon tree, and I'm going to use some of the citrus fertilizer. Now, I have grown lemon trees in the past, so this is just me getting a new one starting over. And I get them really, really big. I highly recommend this citrus fertilizer that I'm putting on there, y'all. When I say it blooms so fast and grows, like it shows out. Now that we have all these plants in their respective pots, we're going to go ahead and put them in the place they're going to be all summer long. And we're preparing them to get that first initial watering. The next item to plant is a banana plant. Hawk also picked this out. Yeah, y'all. I just listened to these kids. So he picked this banana plant out. He recognized the fruit. He was like, he want to grow bananas. So here we are. Yep, I'm that mom. So I am out here repotting the banana plant. And I'm not sure if this pot is big enough. I feel like maybe it's not. I'm not quite sure because, y'all, if this was an impulsive buy, for my kids, I did not research this. So if I got to put this in a much bigger plant pot, I have no problem with doing so. But everything is trial and error. So, we're gonna try it out. It's in dirt, so it should be doing good. It's a step up from what it came in. So hopefully we can get it growing really, really big and possibly maybe plant it inside the ground in a few years from now. Who knows? Next plant I am prepping this pot for would be the alocasia. Now, the alocasia is my second favorite plant. Yes, I said second favorite. My first favorite is the elephant ear. So the alocasia is a lot of times confused with the elephant ear. But I'm not sure. I don't know if they're in the same family, but it has a similar look. So I didn't want to do an elephant ear, but I'm going to do the alocasia. So I'm going to get it in here, and this is going to be under the gazebo. So it will get like partial light and sun, not too much on it. So it'll kind of get like that bright lighting, which is really, really good for it. But just so. I ain't no spring teacher. You think I can fit in here?
It helped me knees.
You see?
You want to sit in the cooler?
Whoa.
Come on. It's already, bro. Making it work.
But do I? Y'all, Hawk so mad at me for sitting in his chair and breaking it. I really need to invest in getting one of those knee pads when you're outside gardening. But this allocation was giving me a time, y'all, because it just would not stay up. Like when I got the plant, it was leaning in the pot that I purchased it in. So now every time Hawk come outside, he tell me he want a Mickey Mouse chair. So I'm pretty sure he remembers that I broke his chair. So I'm on the hunt to get him a Mickey Mouse chair, y'all. Now that I have the plant in the pot, I am just trying to do a dry fitting of some plants at the bottom to see kind of what looks good. And I'm going to get a stick to help stabilize the alocasia plant. Now I'm going to stick this stick all the way in, and I'm going to make sure that when I tie it, that I am not tying it at the very bottom, because that's where the additional plants come out of. I don't know if you guys can see it, but at the very bottom, there's like this really thick opening, and that's where your new plants will come out. So I didn't want to tie it closed there, preventing new growth to happen. So I just staked it at the top, and I'm only going to put it up here for maybe like a week or so. I can pull it out. The plant will be standing straight up because it'll, it's getting the nutrients that is needed, and it's going to be stronger. So I'm going to definitely take it out. But now at the bottom, I can't remember the name of them, so we call them polka dot plants. So right now we had like 4 red ones, and we're just going to put the red at the bottom because this plant did have a lot of green and red in it. So I'm just going to play around and see how that looks for the summer. And for me, I feel that like when you're, doing your planning for your pots, it's all on what you like and what'll look good on your patio. Remember these planters? Now is the time to get these done. So we're going to go ahead and clean these out and put some new plants in. And I'm going to show you some things I picked up recently to go in here. Now, guys, just to give y'all some background, I'll tell you, I did have plants in here last season, as you can see. But down here in Georgia, we had got some really, really brutal winters. So everything just, kind of froze to death and kind of, died out. So I have to pull it out from what's in here, clean it out as much as possible, get all these like dead roots out of here. So to tell you what was in here, I had a bird of paradise along with some sweet potato vines that were vining down up underneath it. And the smaller one, I had a croton with, I want to say I had sweet potato vines on that also. And in the third one, I really can't remember, but yeah, I can't remember what was in there. But what I can tell you is that none of it survived. And that was really due to my fault, because normally what I would do was cover some of the stuff. Like we bring a lot of the plants indoors, cover some of the other stuff. And this past winter, that just did not happen. So I do plan on reusing some of this dirt. So what I'm going to do is just pull as much of it out. Now I'm going to give y'all a trick. As y'all can see, I'm back there. You see a white thing? That is styrofoam, y'all. Do not fill y'all planters up with a whole bunch of dirt like from the bottom to the top. Don't do that, because it's going to make your planters extremely heavy to move. And what you can do at the bottom is you can, you get those pool noodles from Dollar Tree, y'all, or 5 and Below. Y'all can get those noodles, cut them up, stack them in the bottom, styrofoam. I've even done cardboard. That's what I did last year, styrofoam and cardboard. Stack it halfway, add your dirt, and then put your plants in. So one weekend we were down in McDonough, Georgia, and we passed this little plant shop, and it was just so eye-catching because everything was sitting outside. And y'all, I saw this plant. I pulled over and asked that lady, "What is this? What's the name of it?" She said it is a red banana leaf plant. So it does not produce bananas, but y'all, the coloring is so beautiful. Now I'm mad, y'all, because my little leaf over here that's all limp, it was broke while we was transporting it home. But they were so pretty. It's reds and greens, and because everything on my patio is either gray or that lime green color, I was like, "Ooh, that red's gonna be so pretty when it pops." So y'all, it's gonna look so much better once the season go along. Trust me. I know right now it's looking a little. I should probably even pull that little leaf off right there, but y'all, I'm oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful. Trust me. For the medium pot, y'all, Dad picked these plants out. Don't ask me what these plants is, y'all, because I can't tell y'all. Come put in the comment section, Dad, what these plants is, because he the one picked them out when we went to that little plant shop. He did not want to stop me there, y'all, but got out and fell in love with him a little plant also. So the other plants are purple, and then this little green, y'all, this little green and purple plant, I don't know what that is, but it looked fake. Like, it was so bright and beautiful, and I was like, what in the world is this? But my husband got both of those, and we putting in hardy little white plants also, kind of give it a pop. Y'all, it do look a little crazy right now. I know. I told y'all they had been sitting out. They didn't get no water. I'm trying to hurry up and get them in this home so we can, give it what it needs, and it's going to pop right back up. Trust the process, y'all. For the smaller planter, we did have 2 of the fountain grass left over. So I'm going to plant that along with something that'll spill over to the sides. And I'm going to reuse some of the dirt, kind of get some of the old roots out, and I'm going to mix it in with some new dirt. I try to recycle my dirt as much as possible. This is outside dirt, so it should be fine, and it's going to look really nice. Now I'm up here, got everything together. I'm cleaning it up, not even thinking, y'all, threw all of the little tags away. I was supposed to put them to a side. But the whole time I'm cleaning up, sitting there thinking about, what I'm going to make for dinner and what needs to go on my grocery list. Mom brain. So here's the final look. As of right now, y'all, I'm going to water it extremely well. Like, I'm going to drench it on purpose. And again, that is because they were not getting any water, only if it rained. So there was a few days it got rain. But I'm going to drench these. And I do want to make sure that the water is going out at the bottom, along with these plants as well. Now, for this banana plant, that dirt was soaking wet when we put it in there. So it's pooling up right now, because it's, I guess it don't have anywhere to go because the dirt was already soaking wet. But eventually it did drain out. I did watch it. Okay, y'all, this is 1 week later. And as you can see, my sweet potato vines are starting to kind of spill over the top. And look at the flowers. They're opening up. I'm going to come in here and get some of the little petals that has fell from the flower, and it's definitely time to water because my little stem is not up. When that sticks all the way up, that means it's too much water. So it's down, so I know I need to put some water in it. But it's growing in really, really good. I think this was a good spot to put it in. It gets a lot of sun. And it's just going to look even better as the season go. And as long as it grows, it's going to look really, really good. So the boys have decided to make this their job, to come out and water it every day if it needs it. And so they've added it to its chore list. That's what Harley's job is. He want to make sure that he gets it done. So it's going to look much better as long as it keep growing and filling in. So let me give y'all an update on the stuff in the backyard. So our mini trees are doing really, really well. Can y'all see those little pops of red? Those are new growth. So they are loving their home that they are getting really, really good in. Okay, as y'all can see that now the alocasia is pointing straight up. I could really go ahead and remove that stick in there. Look at the little polka dots at the bottom, y'all. They are growing so good. Look how red. That red is just popping. Okay, y'all, now look, remember when I planted this stuff, it was just falling all over. It was real droopy. It is standing up really, really good. My plant that's spilling over is growing really good. I'm gonna go ahead and break this leaf off, y'all, because it's not gonna grow since it's broken. But I do have a baby coming out at the top of this red banana leaf plant. So I'm gonna make sure I share more updates with you all about this throughout the growing season, because y'all gonna be like, oh my god, it look really, really good. I wish I would have did this in March, but hey, we're here now. Let's check out Hawk's banana plant. It's doing good in this spot. This spot gets so much sun. So here it is. And of course, it's been draining much well now that the dirt has dried out. We got a new leaf growing. And y'all check out Hunter's cactus. It's doing really well. This is year 2 that we've had the cactus, and it's blooming. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and do us a favor, like it. If you love our channel, go ahead and subscribe. Me and Dad is about to sit out here tonight and have a nice little cocktail. See y'all next video. Bye.